What's going on, everyone? It's Johnny from MMArcade. I'm here at UFC 305 in Perth, Australia, and we've got Steve Astro Boy Erceg. Man, thank you so much for joining us today. How you going?
Yeah, good. My pleasure, and yeah, it's feeling good. Fight week now, everything's winding down, so just ready to go.
Absolutely. I mean, you just did your media session then. I was in there recording it. How was that going? And I'll play some footage on the screen so you can see it now, but how was that? Does it get any easier doing these media sessions, especially after already doing one when you were fighting for the title?
Yeah, I mean, you get more used to talking on the camera. You're not worried about screwing up or saying the wrong thing. You just talk, and if you say something stupid, that's life.
Especially when it's live. How does it feel? I know this might be a cliche question, but not only are you fighting in Australia, but you're literally fighting in your home city. But you were mentioning as well that you're just going through a regular routine. You're waking up in your own bed, making your own coffee. Does that feel weird, not being overseas in a hotel room? Or?
Yeah, it does feel a bit weird. And obviously, just over a year ago, that was normal. I was fighting in Perth all the time and waking up in my own bed. So it's like crazy how quickly you adapt, and now it's foreign again. So it's but it's a good feeling. I prefer it this way, I think.
So I've been watching a few of your interviews recently, and you said that you've learned a few things after your fight with Pantoja. Can you say specifically what you've learned and what you've been working on? Maybe not necessarily in your preparation for Kai, but just in general, what have you learned from that fight?
Yeah, well, confidence for one, not only in the fact that I was able to hang with the best guy in the world, but confidence in the fact that I can go 5 rounds at a high pace.
For sure.
And then obviously technical stuff. I didn't win every area of the fight, otherwise I would have a title. So upper body takedown defense was like the biggest one on the list as far as things to work on.
Yeah. Now there is a really strong contingent of fans that believe vehemently that you won that fight. Have you seen that commentary online, and have you managed to go back and watch your fight, and has your opinion changed or not?
I have seen it, and no, I don't think I won the fight. I mean, I can see the argument for it. At the time, I thought I lost, and honestly, I thought I won the 3rd round, not the 2nd round. So going on that, I could have won, but no, the decision is the way I think it probably should have gone, and I'll make sure it's not close next time.
Yeah. Now, you said recently that ideally Kai wasn't the one that you wanted to fight because you've watched him, like he's a veteran of the sport, you respect him. So does that make it more or less difficult to try and prepare to fight him? Or is it just the business at the end of the day?
Yeah, it's just, I want to win really bad, and just because I don't want to hit him in the face, or I didn't want to hit him in the face, doesn't mean that I won't hit him in the face. So I'm going to go out there, I'm going to treat him like anybody else, and we'll see what happens.
Now, stylistically, I think a lot of people just assume that you and Kai are going to stand there and bang. You're both phenomenal strikers, but you also hinted recently that you might be showing off some other aspects of your game. I know you don't want to reveal all your secrets now, but could that be true, or are you going to stand there and bang with Kai?
Yeah, of course. No, of course I'm going to try to mix it up as much as I can. I mean, I lost the title fight potentially because I wanted to mix it up against Pantoja, right? Like, I should have just stood up with him according to everybody, and I shot a couple takedowns that didn't pan out. I'm going to look to mix it up against Kai as well, because I think that's the best route to victory.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know it is difficult to look past this fight with Kai, but you mentioned potential opponents in the future, Amir Albazi for one. Are you looking to get another fight by year's end? And is Amir Albazi, he's the name that keeps coming up for you, or is there anyone else in mind in the division?
Amir Albazi's on my mind because he probably just needs one more fight before he can fight for the title. Yeah. And if that fight can be me and I give him a hiding, that means I'm the next guy, right? So, but any of the top guys, like Tatsuro Taira now, he's put himself up there. Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval, Amir Albazi, like any of these high-level guys I want to fight.
Now, when you did fight Pantoja, you had, I think it's the quickest title fight ever in the UFC, possibly. I don't know if that record's actually true, but you got the title opportunity very quickly. I know you've said that you probably think you need 1 or 2 more wins after this. Do you think that's true? If you put on an exciting performance with Kai, especially given how close the fight was with Pantoja, do you think you might be in for a title shot if you have a great performance after this fight?
I mean, it's always possible, but I think it's unlikely. I mean, there's been so many rematches in the flyweight division. I think honestly people are sort of sick of it and want new blood, new fights. So I think what they're probably looking to do, or the UFC, hard to say. I think they probably want Tatsuro to beat Roy Vile and then put Tatsuro versus Pantoja. Right. If Roy Vile wins, they probably just do it anyway. But they might sneak in Amir Al-Bardi or somebody different.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, I've got a few viewer questions we asked in the community tab of MMArcade of questions that people wanted to ask you. So, number one, what was it like to go from a fighter fighting in the regional scene to now, internationally, you've been on main events, you've been on co-main events. How has that transition been?
It's been pretty easy, honestly. Like, nobody's like pestering me or anything like that. Like, people come and say hello, but like I enjoy saying hello to fans and that sort of stuff. And just people make a bigger deal of me, I think, than I am, and so that's the weirdest thing probably for me.
So, do you like your nickname Astro Boy? And how did you actually get it? Was it something that you gave yourself or not?
So I feel like I should start making up a story because it's not a good story. It's just we were like, we were brainstorming nicknames, and then one of the coaches basically brought up, "Oh, what about Astro Boy? You kind of look like him," and then it stuck. That's the whole story. Yeah. Maybe I should say that they made the anime about me, and that was actually secretly my. I think let's say that's the
truth. That's awesome. Well, speaking about that, what are some of your hobbies outside of fighting?
I'm not really like the most interesting person. I like fishing. I like
fishing's fun. It's relaxing, but it's fun.
I like fishing. I like gardening, like veggie garden, that sort of stuff. And. Yeah, hobbies other than that, I don't really have them. I like to watch a lot of fights.
Fair. Now, look, I'm not going to ask you about everything that happened with Muhammad Makhachev because I feel like you've said your point on it. However, was there any, inkling for you that you might be fighting this guy when he was still signed with the UFC? And how do you think you would have fared against him, when he was signed? Yeah,
so I definitely was the potential, and if I won the title, I was calling him out. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that, or
why? Because I think he's very popular.
Yep.
I think he's a good fighter, and I wanted to get one over. I just wanted to get one over him, obviously. But obviously that won't happen now, unless he makes his way back.
Unless he makes his way back, there's every chance. I mean, crazy things have happened. So apart from Pantoja, who would you like to fight next, ideally, in the future? You've mentioned Amir Al-Bardi, but is there anyone that's real top of mind for you that you just think would be an interesting fight or that you would enjoy fighting?
Yeah, so I would love to fight Brandon Moreno.
Okay.
Obviously, former champion, but he's a super exciting fight. He's going to bring the fight, and I said it out there to the full scene guys, but I've been a fan of Mexican boxing and that sort of thing for a long time, so to fight a Mexican boxer, that'd be... Yeah, dream come true.
Now, speaking of boxing and your obvious love for boxing, so I've got a question here. In your opinion, who are the best pound-for-pound boxers in the last 3 decades, and what pushed you to do MMA more so than boxing?
Yeah, this is really hard. Floyd has to be top of the list.
Sure.
I don't really watch a lot of him. I don't know why. I'm sure I'll come to him, but Andre Ward, I think, has to be in there.
Okay.
I definitely have recency bias, so I really like Terence Crawford too. He's a great boxer.
Nice. Yeah. So and why did you decide to pursue MMA over boxing? Because you even in the ring, your boxing skills are top notch. You have this clear love for boxing. Why MMA over boxing?
Well, I didn't really have a clear love for boxing until I sort of started competing. Okay. And the first thing I watched, I knew who Roy Jones. Oh, I didn't mention Roy Jones.
Oh,
no, you mentioned it now. How can you make a list without Roy Jones? Roy Jones is definitely on the list. So I heard of these great like Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones, these guys, but I never was involved in it. My family didn't really watch it, but I watched pro wrestling. I saw Brock Lesnar come over. I got hooked on that, and then as I watched more MMA, I wanted to figure out, how do I improve it? So I'd look at boxing. And so, I do love boxing, but I also love wrestling, and I love all these sports, and I like being able to put it together.
So you're a wrestling fan as well? I didn't know that about you.
Not pro wrestling, freestyle wrestling. Freestyle wrestling.
Yeah, because you mentioned Brock Lesnar. I was like, are you a fan of pro wrestling?
I used to be when I was younger, but now I'm sort of over it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so next question that I got is, how different has the prep been when it compares to preparing for someone like Pantoja versus Kai Kara-France? Obviously, someone that's a lot more striking heavy versus grappling heavy, but does it fundamentally really shake up your fight camp that much?
No, not really. there'll be slightly different focuses, but the fight camp is still hard. You're still working on everything. You're just doing like a little bit more striking, and you'd be doing grappling, or you'd be doing more of whatever it is. So it's pretty much the same, just with slight tweaks.
All right. And what is your go-to post-fight meal celebration? Like, what do you like to eat? What's at the top of your mind as soon as you finish a fight?
I would really love a 3-piece feed from KFC. That and a maxi popcorn chicken. That's go-to.
See, now that you're fighting in Perth, you can do that, and you know the KFC here, right?
Exactly. 100%. I'm very happy with my local KFC. Let's put it that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's been awesome chatting with you. I don't want to keep you up too much longer, but do you have any socials that you would like people to follow that we can direct you to? And we'll link them all in the description below.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really post on Twitter or X or whatever you call it. So you can follow me there, but I'm not really interested there. Instagram, Erceg Steve or Steve Erceg. I don't know. You guys can figure it out.
I'll get the link.
And then Facebook, obviously, you guys know it.
Hell yeah. Mate, Steve, thank you so much for chatting. Really appreciate it. And obviously, good luck this weekend with Kai Kara France. And you'll see our post-fight breakdown as soon as the card ends. Thank you so much.